Hello. Hello. My name is Ella. That's my dog Axel, and he's being a puss because he wants Popeyes. Yeah. So anyway, today I wanted to kind of do like a channel launch slash whatever the fuck. We're just gonna be talking and chatting and eating Popeyes. So if you have a snack, go grab it. If you're eating lunch, dinner, whatever the fuck you're doing, do that with me. Have some fun with me. Let's have a gut bomb. Let's go diarrhea together, holding hands. I kind of went crazy because why not? This was very impulsive because I don't have a job right now. And I kind of just was like, I had $30 in my debit. That wasn't there. I had $30 in my debit account and a dream. And I said, I need a gut bomb right now. So, welcome. Cajun fries. Axel. So sorry. He's a little bitch. Also, Ghost is with us today, as you can tell. I have no idea what this YouTube channel is going to be, what I'm going to do, what content there is, but my mommy said that I should just do spur of the moment things. Whatever, any idea that I have, I'm just going to do it. So, today, we're having chicken. It's awesome. But yeah, I also got 2 of the medium mashed potatoes. Oh my god. Because I feel like if you get the large, it just isn't the same. You know what I mean? It's just not. Because it doesn't have the same amount of gravy, and it's just not the same. So, welcome in. How's your day going? I'm trying to think of things to talk about. Little intro of me. My name is Ella. I already said that. So that was awesome. I am 20 years of age. I'm currently on like a gap semester. So that's super fun. I'm extremely bored. And I thought I used to do like videos when I was younger. Like I did if you guys remember Squishies, if you were a weird kid, I was very into Squishies for a little bit, and yeah, so I did like a 20 piece like squishy unboxing. Like I got a 20 piece squishy package on Amazon, and I was like, yes, this is gonna be on par with like the peach squishy. Axel, stop. This bitch will not leave me alone. Anyway, I'll probably introduce him later if he is good, because I knew he would be interrupting, but this is a new level. Okay, bro, I feel like I'm sinking into this bed. Turn with me. Turn. So sorry. That scared me. So sorry. You're on a tripod right now, but I've never used it before, so it's kind of spooky. Okay. Anyway, what do I want to talk about? Who are my... I don't know what I was just gonna say. I was gonna say, like, who are my, like, idols of, like, social media? And, I'd say Brittany Broski. If you like her, you might like me. I don't know. I guess that's a very generalized statement. Anyway, you'll get to know me as we go. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Brittany Broski. I love, like, Emergency Intercom. Love watching that. Love, Martin and Hamza. And Mandy, of course, my love. Love her. Who else? I don't know. I'm not thinking. I don't know. But, yeah. Come along this ride with me. Hang out. I don't know. I kind of just want to dick around, and hopefully that's all right with you guys. What can we talk about? You know what, bro? I love a good Popeye spork. You know what I mean? Like, a spork is the best invention ever. I'm sorry, this is awkward. I'm not good at like eating and talking. Maybe a mukbang for my first video wasn't the best idea, but you know what? Points for trying, I guess. I don't know. Also, just did my nails yesterday. You can't even see, but they're like cat's eye. There, you can see. Slay. Anyway, definitely give me ideas down below if you have any, because obviously we have no idea what we're doing here. Also, I have no idea how to edit, so I'm not going to. So if you like a little slice of life, just random shit like this, take a seat. I feel like I'm flipping you off right now. I'm so funny. I'm so interesting. I hate this. Okay, I'm trying to think. What are some updates? Some things to chat about. I don't know. The state of the world is crazy. Ilan Pilan. I don't know. Genuinely though, like, oh, Turtle with Hat. If you watch Turtle with Hat, you're a G. I love them so much. I love lesbians. Let's go, lesbians. I'm biased, so I can say that. Anyone can say that. Jesus. Sometimes I just want to slap myself. It's okay. If you want to slap me, I understand. It's so understandable. I got too much food. This was a bad idea. Anyway. It's totally fine. If you're into like tarot or like witchy stuff, same. And if you want to see like, I also have just recently gotten into pottery, like wheel throwing. So I'm trying to learn how to actually do that successfully. Because right now, the only thing I have made is a bowl. And to be honest, it's a really shitty bowl. Everything else that I've tried to make, I tried to make a mug, and then I tried to cut it when it was too hard, because I live in Utah, and so it's like really dry. And so pottery, like, if you don't know anything about pottery or like wheel throwing, you have to like let the clay kind of sit on the wheel for a little bit before you can take it off, obviously, because it's soft clay, so like you can deform it and everything when you remove it. And so as I was cutting it, I cut right through and like diagonally, like just took the whole base off. So yeah, I just scrapped that immediately and put it in the reclamation bin, because if you don't know, you can reuse clay. And so I just took it and I threw it in the bin. So yeah, I'm gonna hopefully I'll be getting better at that soon, because I do have a 6-week course starting like pretty soon. Hopefully like towards the end of April, I'll be starting like a course that I can actually learn how to do actual real wheel throwing from a professional. So that'll be awesome. can't wait for that. Stick around and I can, like, I'd love to do like a, you know, what I learned in pottery class and the pieces that I made at like pottery hall. I don't know, but I'd love to do that. Could be really fun. I don't know. Also, I collect vinyl. I love that I'm pointing to it. You cannot see it. It's over there. I collect records. For all you nerds out there, I have a Fluence T81, I believe. That's my record player. What else? I also like to read. I'm sure you saw the books on the desk, on my shelves. Love to read. Big into like fantasy, romantasy, and I'm not afraid to say it, bitch. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. Yes, I am. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Anyway. But yeah, I actually am about to get, my brain, I also have ADHD, so I'm just, like, bitch, what are you talking about? Focus. Anyways, yeah. I'm trying to think of other things, like, other little interests that I should talk about. But yeah, oh, crochet. I have recently really gotten into crochet, and I've made like 2 tote bags, like one of those, like, you know, like farmer's market, like cotton tote bags, like mesh ones. Made one of those. I made a blanket, the current blanket that's on the bed. Maybe I can show you. This is absolute bullshit. I'm not showing you well at all. Anyways, made that. It's with the moss stitch, if you're wondering. If anybody fucking cares, it's the moss stitch. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like once I turn the camera on, all my personality, everything interesting about me, out the window. There's nothing here. You can probably also tell, I like, I didn't get through this campaign because it's literally the day. If any of you have played the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, there's that one, like, part of the game where you're on a, like, cargo ship and, like, shit is flying around, and it made me extremely nauseous. And then I just, like, couldn't, and I usually do not get nauseous, like, at all. I'm not the type of person to, like, I literally pride myself on having, like, an iron stomach. This, for some reason, I have a big ass TV in the basement, and so, like, I was sitting, like, so close to it, like, way too close to it, started getting extremely nauseous, and then I just could not finish the campaign. I was like, I'm not doing it. And I also think it was because that was the same day that I, like, what was it? I got anesthesia or something. It was something weird. Like, I got something done that day, and they were like, you're probably gonna feel a little weird. And then I just, like, got really nauseous after that. I don't know, to be so honest. It's just a mystery. But anyways, never got it done. But I grew up playing, like, Call of Duty, Black Ops 2, Zombies with my sister and with my brothers and everything. So I like playing that. I've just recently got Minecraft Java Edition on my laptop, and that has been the shit. Except I'm kind of horrible at sticking out a world. Once I create one, I'm just like, yes, like, that's so fun. I love, like, building up, like, the starter house, and then once I actually have a house, I'm like, what else do you do? I just get bored, and then I just create new worlds. So if that's you, yeah. But yeah, would love to, like, do, like, even, like, gaming content, or just, like, I don't know, there's so many things. I also really have been enjoying baking lately. Like, yesterday I made homemade sugar cookies. Like, I doubled the batch, and it was so fucking many sugar cookies. Like, it's a dangerous amount of sugar cookies. I don't know. But anyways, I would love to do, like, stuff like that too. Oh, I also just recently got a car. Lesbians out there will understand. Well, I'm not a lesbian, but what am I talking about? Actually, I've been questioning that lately too. Fun update. One update for my first video ever. That's not even enough of an update because this is your first time ever seeing me. But been questioning whether or not I'm actually bi or whether I'm a lesbian. But then also I see Pedro Pascal and I see men that are actually good and decent people, and I'm like, wait, I could get into that. Wait, I'm actually like totally into that. But it's like a very specific brand of man. It can't be, I don't know. I just get icked out by men most of the time. Unless you're actually cool. Then okay, fine, you can exist. But yeah, if there's any masked lesbians out there that want to I was about to say turn me, but that's problematic. No, it's not. Turn me. Make me never look at a man again. Please. Oh my god, please. I had one masked lesbian situationship that wasn't even a situationship. Ruined me. Still haven't recovered. Anybody, comment down below if you've been ruined by one masked lesbian. It wasn't even worth getting ruined over. At all. Axel, stop scratching my door. You're embarrassing me in front of the hose. But yeah. Literally, please let me know that I'm not alone in that. Because damn, it is not the same having a crush on a man as it is to having a crush on a woman. And then like talking to them. Like I met her at work. I don't even have to say anything. You understand, hopefully. Literally quit that job because I was like, this actually isn't even my career path and I can't do it anymore. Well, it really had nothing to do with like the whole situation, but after that I just was like icked out and I was like, I can't be here. I'm not going to. So I just quit. Plus like the work-life balance that I had there was just absolute shit. Like I was not taking care of myself the way that I should have. And plus I was like really into taking edibles, and it like which is not even legal here in Utah, but I was eating like legal gummies. Anyway, I'm not gonna tell you the brand because they fucked me up, so I'm not gonna enable anybody else, but anyway, been on like a little path of sobriety and stuff. I don't know. I've just been like not doing it because first of all, it didn't help me in any way. It made me like a lot less healthy actually. Like it genuinely like, Axel, stop embarrassing me. Sorry. Okay, but it genuinely like something I don't think enough people talk about. Well, I guess people do talk about it, but like not only is weed like addictive, like the edibles that I was taking were like pretty damn mild. Like they were not like, because they're not legal in Utah, the ratio has to be like 1/10. So like it has to be hemp derived THC and it has to be like 1/10, like 1:10 ratio of like THC to CBD. So it was like 1,000 milligrams CBD and then like 10 milligrams THC per gummy. So it was like an insane amount of CBD that I was like having all the time. And it gives you like a 3-day like weird dissociative like hangover. At least it did for me. I don't know if that's the situation for everybody. Like probably not, because I was doing it pretty heavily. Like I was taking like, I don't want to admit this because I was taking up to like 7 per time or whatever, because my tolerance had gotten higher naturally. But like this sort of like CBD like dissociative weirdly relaxed like hangover vibe would last for like several days after, and then it would like make my anxiety worse because I was like, I didn't feel like I was in my body. And that's exactly how my like depression and anxiety has manifested in the past, was like dissociation. And so I was like, oh shit, I'm not in my body, like I have to get high to counteract that somehow. The thought process was not there, obviously, but like I was like, yes, I gotta get high to make myself feel better from all this anxiety from the edibles. I don't know. And also just like it numbs you out. It really does. Your memory is just not as good. You're constantly just being like, at least for me, it put me in like a little shame spiral because I would be like ashamed that like I was getting high. Because I grew up Mormon. Fun little trivia about me. I live in Utah, so like you could have guessed, but if anybody knows anything about Utah, you could have guessed that. But grew up Mormon, left the church when I was like 16 because I came out as bi, and was just like, I don't know. I carry a lot of shame, as you can probably tell. Like, or not tell, but like you can imagine. Hopefully, if any of you grew up religious and then left the church or whatever, carry a lot of shame for stuff like that. And also with like the same thing happens with like tarot too. Like I still like am a little bit like afraid of like telling people that I do tarot and that I like love that sort of divination and like that the witchy side of things, because it's just so taboo here. Like it's definitely not chill. Also, I collect vintage and antique knickknacks. I just wanted to throw that in there because these are antique frames that I got from the antique store, the antique mall near my house. So I just wanted to mention that. If any of you guys are into like collecting antique stuff, I would love to do like an antique shopping like vlog or like haul, whatever. I don't know. I also love collecting plants. You can't see them because they're on the windowsill because I live in the basement and that's the only place that they actually get light, but they are there. I promise. But yeah, also I just saw a TikTok making fun of these. I just got one. It's the Choco Lab like 32-ounce tumbler because it has this chunky ass handle, and I thought it looked ridiculous, and I said I need that. I need to have that because I just recently I dented my walla really bad because I have cement floors in the basement, and it like slammed down on the concrete and on the cement, and like it just tips over all the time now if I set it down like a certain way. So I was like, I need to have a new little like cup. And so I got the Choco Labs fucking chunky ass handle. I feel like a preschooler, and I've never felt more safe in my life, and it's so stupid looking and I love it. Can a girl live without going on TikTok and seeing people talk shit on her tumbler? Because it's honestly so cool. It has like a little, like, it's completely leak proof when it has the cap on, but it has like a little thingy that you like can put the little cap holder on it, and it holds it, and you can like drink out of it. It has like, it's in the center, like the thing is in the center, so like the ice doesn't just like whip around if you're trying to like take off the cap. And it's fucking leak proof. Stanley could never. They could never. Maybe they could, but I genuinely really like this guy, and it keeps shit really cold. And why am I justifying it to you? You're not my fucking mom. Jesus. Anyway, just made me a little bit like, damn, girl can't get a tumbler without it being a fucking topic of interest. Nobody actually cares, but like I was like, you know what? I get it. I get the reasons why you're like not enjoying that, but also it's fun. Can we be fun for once? Jesus. Oh, like this life is serious enough. I don't want to have to like think about what tumbler I'm getting and like whether or not people care about that. It's dumb. That was gross. Sorry. What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about edibles. But yeah, anyway, I've definitely since then taken a step back, and it's helped a lot because I was talking to my therapist. I'm in therapy, by the way. Yeah, everybody clap, everybody applaud. But I was talking to my therapist about it, and I was like, yeah, like it definitely like numbed me out. Like it made me less aware of like my like shame spirals and like the way that I would like my negative self-talk, because obviously you're inebriated, your inhibitions are lowered, you have less of that control over your own thought process, and it definitely affected me like mentally to like not be able to control or like catch myself in my thought process and my negative thought processes. Because like if you've ever gotten drunk or high or anything, like, you know, sometimes you can like get caught on like one little thing and then you just sob about it. Like you get in like really existential, and that is not good for me. I got really existential on that shit, and like it was just not great for me mentally. So yeah, anyway, if you are thinking about quitting, sorry, my sister just texted me. But if you're thinking about quitting or anything, leave a comment down below and I can tell you. I mean, I'm obviously not like the fucking Buddha of quitting using weed or anything, but I can definitely tell you more about like how beneficial it was. Because honestly, there should be no shame in using it. I think weed is like genuinely like, it's not a bad thing. It's just, it's all about how you use it and how you are personally affected by it, because literally everybody is affected differently by it. Some people like genuinely the first time that they ever try it, they're like, no, this shit is not for me. And I respect that so much, because now after like coming off of it and not doing it, like there are things that you don't even consider it. Like you don't even consider the effects of it. Like it was making my nausea a lot worse. So if you're having a lot of like stomach issues and everything, and like you are a heavy user or like just an average user, and like the day after or whatever, like sometimes you'll just like have this random nausea. There's this thing called cannabis hyperemesis syndrome, CHS, and it causes you to have like just like insane nausea, and then like it kind of keeps you in a cycle, because like you'll be like, the only time I can not want to vomit and like be vomiting everywhere is when I get high, and then I can like actually eat and not feel nauseous, and it keeps like, it's just a self-perpetuating cycle. So if you're struggling with that, just wanted to point it out because I saw a video recently of this girl talking about that, and I was like, damn, like it's something I didn't even notice like while I was using it, but like it really, yeah, it really has made my nausea a lot better to like just not have that, because I'm also on Ozempic and I don't know, I'm on some other like medications that just cause nausea, or like that's some of their side effects, and seriously my nausea has gotten so much better since I actually stopped. And yeah, so yeah, just a little encouragement. Or also like I obviously don't hate weed now, but like just definitely I can see how it affected me, and it just was not great for my mental health. So yeah, and just something that I don't think a lot of people really like talk about, because yes, it's addictive, but I feel like a lot of people, they just say like, oh yeah, like weed is so addictive, like don't do it, like that's bad, like drugs are bad, but they don't like actually tell you, like you have to hear it from somebody who has like done weed and like knows what it does to your body. And like there's just, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that you just don't really think about or notice until like after you stop using, and then you're like, okay, yeah, like I do actually feel better now. I feel a lot better. Like my body, I don't know, I can just tell that it works better now. Like I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, I just feel healthier and happier and like more regulated, because honestly it really does like dysregulate your body like anything else, you know? Like if, you know, like just because it's not a hangover that you can tell or like you can like sense in your body, like just because it's not like an alcohol hangover does not mean that it's not there and that it's not like affecting your body and giving you a hangover. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like everything I'm saying is just kind of just a string of thought, but hopefully somebody's enjoying it. I don't know. Also, yeah. I was just about to bring up eating disorders, and then I was like, maybe that's too triggering to like talk about addiction and like, not addiction, but you know, like using weed and like, you know, taking edibles and like everything like that, and then go right into like eating disorders as we're doing a mukbang. So I'm not gonna do that. Next episode. Because I was about to say, like, I'm kind of struggling to like eat in front of the camera and feel like good about it and normal about it and not be like so self-conscious about it. But as if any of you guys grew up as the big kid, you'll understand. It can be very isolating and like anxiety inducing to eat in front of people. But anyway, I'll stop there. Because we can go into that later, if anybody's interested. Anyway. What was I going to say? What was I going to talk about? I don't know. Also, oh, can we talk about Brittany Broski's Adore You cover? So good. I actually haven't listened to the whole thing. Not me outing myself. Anyway, I haven't listened to the whole thing, but I just love her aesthetic. I love just like, you can tell she really puts her all into everything she does, and she's so good at so many things. And truly, it just has made me so proud as like another, like, to see a weird girl thrive. You know what I mean? Like, it's so healing to me, to my like inner child of like thinking like somebody who typically, you know, you don't see in like this sphere, this like social media influencer, whatever. Like, it's not very typical to like have somebody in this sphere that like is bigger and like has not, you know, I don't want to like I'm just trying to say it in a way that's like not gonna be like, oh my god, like you're so confident, I could never be confident, like I'm so glad that like we have body representation, you know, like I don't want to be like that. But it really is healing to like see somebody that's like not the typical influencer who's like fucking size 0, like blonde babe, like with, you know, just lip injections and like all this. It's just really healing to see somebody who's just normal. Well, not, she's not normal, she's amazing and like beyond amazing. I like, she's extraordinary, but you know what I mean, like just regular people who look regular and have regular facial features and like aren't afraid to just like exist and take up space. And it's really inspiring to see people take up space. And I hope that this is kind of one of those situations, like, because truly I would not be here without that inspiration and that like feeling comfortable from people like her, like just living and putting themselves out there on the internet and not being afraid to just like be themselves. And I think that's really, it's really something that has held me back in life, to like just like feel like, oh, I can't do that, like I can't be that confident, like whatever, you know, like that bullshit is so stupid and it's so harmful. We should all be able to take up space and to prioritize ourselves and know that we deserve time in the spotlight, no matter who you are, what you do, what you look like, how you speak, how you interact with people. You deserve time in the spotlight. You deserve your own space and place in the world. And I think that especially with the state of the world right now, it's like it can be so hard to not just want to curl up in a little ball in a cave and die. But we're pushing against that. And this is kind of part of it, because I was like, I need to like, with all this time, all this free time that I have, I'm like, I need to like do something to like, you know, try and like uplift the world and like put my little like 2 cents out there, because truly there's just so much out there to be like upset about and sad about, and like just the existential dread that you can fall into is so easy. And I want to be proof that like you can be happy. You can, even if you're not perfect in all the ways that society tells you that you need to be, or like you're not thriving or like achieving just insane amounts of things. Because okay, this is coming from I'm like, I hesitate to say like former gifted kid, but like I did grow up like literally my entire childhood is growing up as a bigger girl. Like my whole childhood, my whole growing up was like centered around I am smart and my brain is the best thing about me. My brain is the one thing that people cannot attack. It's the one thing that people cannot take away from me, because even if my external isn't what I want it to be, my internal, my brain, my knowledge, my intelligence is the only thing that I have. And I really rode that train for so long. And I'm sure people can relate to that. But like when you grow up like that, and that's like, especially getting bullied and everything, like my childhood was not the easiest. It was definitely not the hardest. Like you can tell from like what my living situation is. Like I am so lucky to have had the upbringing that I have had, but it wasn't the best. I mean, nobody's is. Like it truly, like I was bullied. I always grew up feeling like weird and like I was other, you know? And it's just, it can be really hard. And it's definitely like affected me mentally in like being able to just show up authentically and be vulnerable and be me and not feel that fear to like to do so. I love how I kind of just stopped eating and like it's become just a soapbox, but you know, what are we gonna do? But yeah, I don't know. I just think this can be a really good way for me to kind of just I think it's gonna be really healing for me personally to like, you know, just show up authentically and do shit that like I do and that brings me joy, and hopefully it'll bring you joy. If you have any ideas, leave them down below. I want this to be a really safe place where we can all just share joy and share hope and giggle and laugh and, you know, just not be perfect, because nobody's perfect. I grew up like, I totally like cut myself off and got distracted. But what I was trying to say is like, I grew up very much like, if this gives you an idea, I very much wanted to be an OBGYN. I was on that track. I was on the pre-med track. I'd gotten half of my associates before leaving high school, before graduating, and I graduated with high honors. I was part of the NHS, National Honors Association, or National Honor Society, sorry. But like, I really was one of those. I was a nerd. I was like total academic weapon. And I think having my self-worth wholly based on my brain and like what I could achieve academically was so unhealthy for me, like going into college. Because when you get into college, like I got a full ride, but like when I got into college, I just kind of like, I was just on autopilot and I was like, yeah, like nothing has changed, like whatever. And then I got, I learned that I was in actually the wrong major for my pre-med, like for the track that I was going down. I was in the wrong major. I was in just getting the Associates of Science when I needed to be in the Associates of Applied Science program. And so that was like a whole setback again. I felt like just so kind of discouraged, because I was like, I have spent so long getting this one degree that you're telling me it's not even what I need? Huh? What are you talking about? And so I switched over, obviously, but then I just was feeling really discouraged after that. But I wasn't willing to like really face that and admit it to myself that I was feeling discouraged, and I was feeling like, I don't know, I was just feeling kind of shitty about myself. And I realized that like my self-worth was very much externally based. It was very much not a healthy outlook for myself. And it was like not, I don't even know how to explain that, but hopefully you'll kind of get what I'm saying. Hopefully you'll kind of understand. Like it happens in so many different ways. I'm sure there's so many different people out there who have like similar but different stories of, you know, just like they realize that like the way that they have based their self-worth is just like not helpful. And like once that sandy foundation crumbles beneath you, it's like, shit. What do you do? Like I fell into like a depression spiral because I was like, oh shit, like I don't know if I'm actually cut out to be a doctor. Like I ended up like quitting the program because I could not pass this one chemistry class, and it's because I wasn't applying myself, because I felt so shitty about myself that I was like, I couldn't even try. Like I could not make myself try. And it just became like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because I would be like, I'm such a piece of shit. Like I can't even learn chemistry. But then I wouldn't get a tutor. I wouldn't apply myself. I wouldn't read the textbook. I wouldn't, like, I just was so caught up in that like gifted kid, because I had never really had to try to that degree before. And it just became like so disheartening, so like upsetting to me, because I truly was like so prideful, and like it was just at that point where like my self-worth was so tied to like how I could just like skate by in academics, you know, like I could just skate by on my intelligence and my memorization and all that stuff. And especially with having ADHD, if you know about that, like my executive dysfunction was like at a record high. It was bad right then, because like, you know, if you have ADHD or any sort of like, what am I trying to say? Neurodivergence, like you will hopefully understand, like sometimes it gets really hard, especially when you're in that, kind of like, you can get in sort of like a delusional, like it's not manic, but it's like you get into like a delusional state where like you're like, I'm not in functional freeze right now. My nervous system isn't fucked to the high heavens. No, that's not right. That's not true. No. Wrong. I'm totally fine. No, but I truly just wouldn't let myself face it, and it became such an issue because I was so like, oh yeah, I'll just be a nurse now. Like I got my associates and I was like, yeah, no, I'll just get a nurse. I'll just be a nurse. I'll just do that, because I thought that like, oh, that'll be easier than like this thing that I've been wanting to do forever, that like I actually learned that I really didn't kind of want to do, because I was seeing, at this point I was working in the pediatric ICU and cardiac ICU at a hospital, and as a CNA, as a critical care tech, and I was like, whoa, like these doctors have no work-life balance. I don't want that. Like the nurses themselves were like so unhappy. Like you could just tell when people are like, it's really hard to like have that job, obviously, and be healthy and be managed emotionally, like, and manage yourself emotionally and like be healthy. And I was like, if I'm struggling to do this right now where I'm at, like currently, there ain't no fucking way I'm about to be an OBGYN or a doctor and like have that terrible work-life balance. Like it's so, I just was like, that's not what I want. I just realized, I was like, I don't want that. And I also had a lot of shame surrounding that too, because I was like, this has been what I've wanted and what I've told people for so long. It was such an element of like embarrassment. I was so embarrassed to like admit that to myself, let alone other people. I was like, oh my God, people are gonna be so judgmental about this. In reality, nobody really cares. Yes, people thought I was like kind of crashing out, because I was like, actually, I'm actually taking a gap semester, because like I actually don't know if, I don't think I even want to be a nurse either. Like I don't think I want to do any of this shit. I don't know. Like give me a second, because like I had just been on this trajectory since essentially preschool. You know, I was just like, oh, I'm the smart kid. I was the youngest kid, and I was like the golden child. I was like, I was on this track, and my parents kind of encouraged that, and I encouraged myself because it was the one thing I had, you know what I mean? Hopefully somebody out there will get this. I'm sure, but you know, like it was just the one thing that I was holding on to like get me to like keep my self-worth up, to like to just think about that. And anyway, I ended up taking this gap semester, and it's probably the best decision I've ever made. Like, because it's for myself, and it wasn't for other people. It was for the fact that I knew I wasn't at a healthy spot mentally. I wasn't taking care of myself the way that I needed to take care of myself. I ended up getting into therapy, like right before I kind of dropped out, or not. I don't even know if I call it dropped out, because I do think I'm probably gonna go back to school. I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. I don't know, but I obviously love school. I love learning. It's always been a huge part of me. And I love that shit. I love learning new stuff. But at this point in my life, I was like, I need to force myself to make a decision for myself to like, to not move. And I've never done that. You know what I mean? Like, I've always just pushed through. If there was an obstacle, if there was something that the universe was putting in my path saying like, hey, you might want to take a pause here, you might want to think before you jump, I would always just jump. And I wouldn't be who I am if I hadn't done that. But now that I'm older, now that I'm a little bit wiser, I'm like, I need this time to just sit with myself and know that like taking a semester, because I also like worked, I did school through the summer, like the last 2 summers or something, I don't know, but I didn't really have like a summer break. And so I was like, you know what, this will be my summer break. I'll have a gap semester, I'll take a second, have a little cocoon period, figure it out. Even if I don't have it fully figured out, who does? Especially, that was another thing that was like really helpful about my last job at the ICU was like, there were so many people that were like in their 30s, like doing the same job that I was doing, that honestly, like you could tell they even didn't know what they were doing up until that point. You know, like you don't have to know where you're going exactly to the T. Like you don't need to have everything planned out. And that had always been my like source of control, like my way to control my anxiety and my fear. I was so controlled by my fear and my anxiety that I didn't even know that I was being controlled by it, you know? I don't know how to explain that, but if you've been in that spot, you'll hopefully understand. Like, even when we think that we're controlling our fear, it is controlling us. It is controlling us because we're forcing ourselves to like work around it and like put that whole knot of anxiety and dread and everything into a little ball, and then we just don't face it. And that's so unhealthy. And I truly just didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to get out of that. I wanted to stop forcing myself to like be a victim to my own fears and doubts about myself. And I was like, no, this is bullshit. I'm going to take some time. I don't have to have everything figured out right now. I'm going to take a semester. I'm going to just sit with myself. I'm not going to force myself into the next fucking degree. I'm just going to see where I'm at. Because I was like, just not, I truly just, I don't know. And that's kind of caught up to today. So I've been fostering hobbies. I've been sitting with myself doing, if you know anything about like shadow work, I don't know what the term really is, but like I've been getting into just like, you know, journaling, working on my mental health, like really working on it, working on truly just fostering love for myself and compassion for myself and other people. And hopefully if you're kind of on that journey or you're wanting to like to just be kinder to yourself and be kinder to other people, if you're noticing that you're really fucking burnt out lately and you don't know how to get out of the rat race and you feel really disheartened and discouraged by just society as a whole and the way that things are going, this is just a reminder not to lose hope. Luckily, I was so fortunate to be able to do this and quit my job and just live in my parents' basement and like figure it out and take that time. But even if you're not, like, comment down below. This is a place where we can support each other and we can, like, I want this to be a place of mutual aid, like, we all, even if you don't have any like current financial needs or any like sort of needs like that, like this is a place, everybody needs a friend. Everybody needs a friend, and don't let yourself become isolated and afraid, and don't let yourself feel alone, because none of us really know what we're doing at the end of the day. The people who say that they do, they're lying. They're lying. And I know that's hard to like even like the oldest people, like your grandmother and your grandfather, they can talk all their shit all they want, but like we're all living life for the first time. We're all experiencing this earth for the first time. And none of us are perfect. None of us have it all together. no matter how much society wants to tell you so. You're never gonna get to a certain spot after you've achieved a certain goal and think, wow, I really have it all together. This is all I want my life to be. This is it. Like, that's just not the case. There's always gonna be another thing. There's always gonna be something wrong. There's always gonna be something that you're unhappy with. Like, nobody is perfect. Nobody's life, like, especially on social media, it can be so just like isolating. It can be so discouraging to look at people's lives and think that like everybody's lives are perfect and your life is the only one that's shitty and all your friends are getting married, especially in Utah. Bitch, oh my god, the amount of people that are even younger than me. I'm 20, about to be 21 in April, but like, oh my, the amount of people that are getting married in my age group is insane. Like, somebody lock these bitches up in a psych ward now. Why are you having a child and you're my age? Where's your frontal lobe? Where is your frontal lobe, please? Oh my god. Anyway, I just hope that this can be a place of encouragement and support, and just please know that you're always safe with me. And if you have anything that you want to talk about, my DMs are always open. I'll put my socials below. I don't really post. I haven't really posted much on anything else. I mean, I'll put my normal socials down there, but like, feel free to DM me. I will reply no matter what you say. Just know that I'm here, and if you ever need to talk, if you ever need support, that there's always somebody who wants to help and who wants to talk to you, and somebody who is happy that you're alive and that you're here with us today. And yeah, I don't know. I want to be a safe space. So if anybody needs anything, if anybody just wants to chat or wants to take a load off and go just giggle at a video or something, I want to be that place for you. So, especially with how the world is. I mean, I've already said that, but just reiterating, you can always come to me. I'm probably gonna finish eating this off camera because it's now been 52 minutes and I don't know, this is my first time ever uploading an actual video, so I don't know how long this could go, but I don't want to go too long. But hopefully you had fun on this completely unorganized, what am I saying? I don't know, just completely unorganized, unorthodox video. But hopefully you had fun, or at least are interested in maybe more videos. Leave me ideas below, or anything you want to say, let me know. But yeah, or any like recommendations for how to edit videos or how to do anything like ever. Would love to have this be a place of knowledge sharing. And also book recs, like music recs, literally anything. Bitch, put it down below. Thank you. Love you, bye.